building with sustainable timber. There are two concepts mentioned in that sentence, timber and sustainability. In this video, you'll learn how timber and sustainability are related through forest management. Sustainable forest management, that is. Timber can be a very sustainable building material and can contribute significantly to achieving our circular economy and climate ambitions. However, we need to keep in mind that there is one very important precondition for considering timber to be a sustainable material, and that is that timber is sourced from sustainably managed forests. Sustainable managed forests can be found around the world in tropical, temperate, and Nordic zones. Sustainable forestry was introduced over 300 years ago. It was revolutionary at its time and necessary because of how quickly timber resources were being depleted. Early sustainable forestry sought a balance between the number of trees harvested and the annual natural regrowth. Nowadays, we consider this definition to be far too narrow. The scope of sustainable forest management is much wider. It still requires balance, but this time not just the economic value of forestry, but also the social and ecological values of the forest. Before going deeper into some of the key characteristics of sustainable forest management, let's take one step back and consider why we actually need forests. We sometimes take them for granted, but why is it that forests are so important?
I wonder, what is so valuable about a forest? A forest is a beautiful, rich world with many types of trees, plants, and animals. We call this biodiversity. Everything in a forest works together. Each part cannot survive without the others, and forests are indispensable for human beings as well. But why are forests so important to us? More than 300 million people live in forested areas, and approximately 1.5 billion people depend directly on forests for their livelihoods. Healthy forests absorb CO2 and are an important ally in our fight against climate change. Furthermore, forests are of enormous value to our health and well-being, and they also provide us with food, medicine, and a very environmentally friendly building material.
Interesting, right? The sustainable management of forests is assured by certification that is provided by organizations such as FSC and PEFC. These certification schemes set the rules and conditions for sustainable forest management. In other words, what is allowed and what is not. For instance, in an FSC certified tropical forest, only very selective harvesting is allowed. On average, 1 or 2 trees per hectare are logged every 30 years, with minimal damage to the rest of the vegetation, allowing the forest to recover naturally. Sustainable forest management also treats the people who live and work in the forest with respect. Their rights come first. In forests and sawmills, employees receive a fixed wage, they have good working conditions and access to medical facilities. Now that you understand the concept of sustainable forest management, you're ready to learn more about how this works in practice.